What's happening, fam? This is Ivy, and you are at Ivy Vibes. And I'm going to be a little bit on the quieter side today because I am at the library. I came to take care of some things, but damn, it's just so quiet here. I just feel like it's a perfect environment to do a reading. So that's what I'm going to do. And I pulled some cards from my Situation Love Oracle deck. So I know that it may be hard to see, but this is a situation that we are dealing with. The main energy is engagement. Can y'all see that? We're dealing with engagement, and it's going to be hard to see with the light. Self, indulgence, and then we also have separation. So the main issue is the engagement ring, okay? Coming to a higher level of commitment, partnership, union, and completion. Coming to those things that we feel are eternal. But this is also dealing with separation, dealing with feelings of sadness, bitterness, someone missing you, or you missing someone, thinking about you and feeling uncertain about the future. And another element of energy that we're looking at here is with the self-indulgence, which is the self-worth and value, time to heal, doing shadow work, and having self-appreciation. So let me just come up a little bit closer here, because it is going to be a little bit challenging for you guys to see the cards and hear what I'm doing. So first we're going to look at what we have here in the middle. We want to get to this place of having the engagement ring, or reaching a higher level of commitment, if you will. And the thing that may have happened here is this tower. Now, the tower is all about, when it comes to relationships especially, having something happen within the relationship that kind of broke it down. But the thing with the tower, when it comes to it being broken down, is also looking at the fact that it's not just broken down to be broken down. It's being broken down with the intent of being built back up, creating new patterns, replacing existing patterns that were not beneficial to the relationship. And then this would lead to changes to support a stronger bond in your partnership, and letting go of things that don't serve you in the relationship. I don't know how challenging that is for some people, because sometimes, we get so tied to old ways of doing things. And I won't even say old ways, but we just get tied to how we do things. We're creatures of habit, and things that we tend to do are things that, for the most part, they feel very comfortable to us. So we continue to do it, or we don't change them because it doesn't feel comfortable. Then we have the Magician. So the Magician near the tower is showing that you manifesting an engagement ring or a higher level of commitment with someone is all about you. And this person has all the tools at their disposal. So this is looking at everything that you have available inside you to be able to manifest the desired relationship that you want to have. Now again, please understand that I am in the library, so if you do hear any background noise, understand that is why. But this is again showing how you need to look at those old patterns that were there and how they did not work for you with you trying to manifest a higher level of commitment with someone. Really taking a look at all the things that did not work. Looking at yourself, the patterns that you created within your relationship and how they did not benefit you. Because you want to go into this place where you have the Empress, and this is birthing something new, having expansion and growth, and looking at how you can do things in a different way. This is loving yourself, allowing things to come to you and flow to you. But this does not mean that you just sit back and let whatever come. Because with the Magician, this is handling things, being hands-on with what it is that you desire to have. But you're pushing your intentions towards what it is that you want, and realizing that whatever you had that was there before did not work, and so that has to be brought down. There has to be an end to it. This is not just talking about thought patterns, but actual behavioral patterns, things that you do in your daily life. How you deal with situations when they come up that are uncomfortable. Are you the kind of person that kind of turns a blind eye to it and just accepts anything? Are you maintaining your boundaries or creating new ones that you're actually enforcing so that you can have the growth and expansion that will lead you to a higher level of commitment or a partnership that feels like it's going to be something that's more eternal and not temporary? So what we had in the past, or what you could be going through, is this separation, sadness, bitterness, and missing you, thinking about you in an uncertain future. You could have been in a position where you were really trying to stay open, using your intuition, but for whatever reason, this is something that still occurred. And so now this is also like all about family and really being in tune with your spiritual side, your inner self, your inner knowing, and not being afraid to be vulnerable and open. Sometimes things like this happen that cause a separation because we're trying to feed ourselves and give ourselves the things that we personally need. But this also could be the position where you have been trying to use your intuition, but now there's like this stagnancy that's there. There's no movement. There's no real growth in the relationship. Things have just kind of come to a standstill. But the thing that's good about this is that it puts you in a place where now we're with things being separated, you are able to tune into your intuition a bit more and see what it is that you need to give yourself. Because with the Two of Cups in reverse here, this is saying that there was some disharmony within the relationship, which is why there was a separation. And so you need to try to do things where you can kind of bring things back into balance. But first with yourself. Then we have the self-indulgence. And this is going into the work aspect of what needs to take place. this is more of the now. Having the self-worth and value, using time that you have on your hands to heal, doing the shadow work, and having self-appreciation. Understanding also like what that actually means when you're going through those moments of healing. Sometimes the healing it's not just something that involves you. It also involves getting other people involved at times, and making a conscious effort to do things differently than you've done in the past. And sometimes we might think that we're doing things differently, but taking note of things and really seeing how things are different. How are you actually different? I'm big on writing. I'm big on writing things out. I'm big on writing out situations, things that have occurred in the past, things that I didn't like, thoughts that I've had at that time, and then comparing them to what it is that I'm dealing with now. What is similar and what is different? How am I feeling the same, and how am I doing things the same? How am I feeling the same this time, but now doing things differently? I might think that I'm doing things differently, but unless I actually have an aid, because sometimes our memory can be tricky and we might feel like we're doing things differently than we did in the past. But when it comes to having that self-appreciation for ourselves and understanding what our real self-worth and value is, will feed into how we treat a situation and how we treat ourselves through that situation. There may be some fast movement that comes. And the fast movement may come through other people approaching us or you. It could be you feeling a sense of excitement for what's to come, because you're doing work on yourself. This is all about you possibly even getting like invitations from other people to spend time with them, possibly travel. I'll tell you one of the things that you can tell when it comes to knowing how well you're healing and how much you've actually changed. When it comes to people that you attract, are you attracting people of a higher caliber? And whoever is coming back, if someone has left, or whoever you end up attracting the next time around, how are they different from the last person, or how has that person that is gone changed and become different in that time that they have come, in that time that they've left and come back, and how are they exhibiting it in their behavior? Because you can't just go by the words. You have to look at what this person is doing. What do they have to show for it in their life? Because with the 9 of Swords here, this is showing that there are some things that you may be facing in your relationship, even within yourself, that may be hard for you to deal with. The shadow work is not easy. The time to heal, being alone, may not be easy. Understanding your value and your self-worth and what it is that you should be accepting in your life may be a hard thing to take if you really don't know what it looks like or how you're supposed to go about attaining it. So your relationship could be facing some level of hardship where you're not able to manage things as well as you'd like, and you might feel a little bit on the outside of things because there's been a bit of a disruption going on. And so now this is like the harsh reality of facing what needs to be dealt with on more of a serious note in the relationship, what things really need to change, and how does that tie into how you value yourself, your healing process? What do you actually do when it comes to healing, and how is it helping you? How have you changed from how you were before? What do you actually see in yourself that you're doing differently? And how is that affecting the person that you are attracting to yourself? Because sometimes even this, when we change, we should also be seeing a bit of a difference in the person that we're attracting back, or new people. There should be a difference in the feeling, in the conversation, in the behavior of what's being done. It shouldn't just be everything back to normal, or doing things that, we were doing before. Because as much as you may feel different inside, the actions of the person that you are around will actually show how much you've actually changed, because you project what you are. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. So if someone is left and come back, how has that person shown that they are different than how they were when they left, based off of the energy that you put into yourself, the work that you put into yourself, and you elevating to a new level. During your time of separation, this is where you need to be reflecting and looking at how you can see things differently. What is it that you really need to do different? What are things that you accepted before that you just know that you cannot accept right now? Things that have caused some disharmony, and trying to get to a place where now you don't mind this rebuilding and restructuring and letting go of things that don't serve you in the past, so that you can now utilize all the things that you have before you to get to a place where you have the growth and the expansion, where now you can kind of lay back and things kind of come to you easily. But this is also someone who has nurtured themselves. This is someone who has taken things in, and they're growing something inside of them. This is having all of those things inside that you want to have come forth. And knowing that those things that you have in you are also going to be shown in the person that you are with, or that you are attracting. I'm big on seeing people's behaviors, and I'm going to tell you, the older I get, the less bullshit I am willing to tolerate. So it makes me take more of a look at my own self and what it is that I don't like in myself. What am I sick and tired of tolerating when it comes to my own behavior? And what is it that I know that I really need to let go of, that's not serving me, that has put me in a place where I then am dealing with hardships that I would have rather not have dealt with, because I need to be real with me and what it is that I will tolerate within myself. Because if I'm not going to tolerate it within myself, I damn sure I'm not going to tolerate it with somebody else, when I'm trying to manifest something that is bigger and greater. So this is all centered around this engagement ring, trying to get to a higher level of commitment and partnership, completion and union. But I would say first, completion in yourself, because nobody should fulfill you or bring you to a point where you feel like you're now whole with them, instead of feeling whole without them, and not having codependency towards a person, but interdependency where we both do things for each other. So as much as I encourage you, you should also be encouraging me. As much as I see growth in myself, I should also see growth in you, and vice versa. So hopefully this message helped. And I will pull something for advice. Let's see. What time is it? Let's see some advice. What kind of advice can we give for the collective? Okay. Okay. Let's do one more. One more? No. That's it. Alright. So when it comes to advice, the first thing that we have is the Knight of Wands. And this is enjoying the action that you put towards your goals. Understanding that, you may have some really good news coming in for you with individuals who can help support you spiritually. If you felt like you were stuck in any kind of way, you have some things that are going to be coming into you rather quickly. So show some enthusiasm for life. This is, somebody that is really feeling, like really gung-ho about their passions in doing something. So find a passion, even, I would say, and focus on that so that you're not just looking at things from, maybe a negative standpoint of whatever it is that you feel like you haven't accomplished or don't have with this Tower card. And then we have the Page of Wands. So this is knowing that you have an exciting new beginning, and you can create that for yourself, okay? Try to commit to something, but don't overcommit. Don't be over zealous about something and then not follow through with whatever it is that you set out to do. Take the time and energy that you have to use it wisely. Getting in touch with your inner child. The Pages is all about something that is new, something that is young, something that is like a fresh new start. So one way of being able to heal is spending time with children and looking at how they interact with individuals and taking on that childlike energy with yourself. Doing things that are kind of lighthearted, fun. Going back to looking at memories from when you were a child and maybe doing some of those things that you possibly were told that you couldn't do and doing them. Feeding your inner child. Looking at where a lot of your beliefs came from that have spilled over into your adult life that do not serve you, that you need to let go of to rebuild so that you can call in what it is that you actually want. Create your own belief system. And that starts with looking at your childhood and understanding your mindset of where you started to first believe certain things about yourself, the kind of love that you can have, the value that you place on yourself, and appreciating who you are. So move quickly on what it is that you want. And also, while you're doing your healing work, take time to reflect on yourself and be playful. Have some fun. Don't be so serious and take everything so seriously. So if you've made it this far, I would hope that you would please hit your notification bell, like, share, and hit the subscribe button for me. Come back and check out any other videos that I have on my channel, and leave a comment and let me know how well this reading has resonated with you. Hopefully it was helpful and you will return. I will definitely be back. So thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Nguvu.